Yay, you made it.
Hey girl, hey.
Hi. We need to talk about the power of flowers. We need to talk about mental health, while all this is going on, and how we can create spaces at home that feel like a sanctuary.
I'm going to take a sip of my rosé.
I'm going to take a sip of my vodka. My name is Alex. I am a co-founder of The Box, which is a platform that is designed so that women in creative industries can come together and collaborate. The music industry, it might be the fashion industry, it might be business and entrepreneurship, really anything where there's an intersection that can happen and a collaboration that can take place. I would love to introduce our guest for today's Girl Talk Live on The Box, and it is Itika Oldwine of Oldvine Florals. And Itika is an amazing entrepreneur and businesswoman and floral artist. She's done incredible floral installations for Cartier and Alexander Wang and Hennessy, the E Network. And we first crossed paths at a mutual friend's wedding. Jimmy and Norma, you did the flowers for their wedding, and I was so blown away by the florals. That I reached out to you and asked if you wanted to be a part of The Box. And so you came and did amazing bespoke flower crowns for our guests, and everybody just loved it.
I still think about that event. It was so nice. It was like all women, girl power, and there were still men sprinkled in, and they were welcome. Okay, I'm here for any woman that is trying to do something. I'm like, if I can be a part of it or help in any way. So I'm always, trying to live in that space. So I was like, okay, I can do it. And when I showed up, I was telling Brian, my partner, my boyfriend, I said, come and just come. I might need your help. And I mean, I did. It was packed. And everybody wanted flower crowns, and it was amazing. And
it's a tough time for entrepreneurs and businesses right now. So I kind of wanted to get a temperature gauge from you on where you're at. We are only allowed to leave the house if we're going out for essential items, right? Mm-hmm. And then we're kind of not doing too much non-essential spending either, because the health issue we're having is also an economic issue. People have less money to spend. They're focusing on the essentials, across the board. Right. And then when you've got something like flowers, which we think are essential, but a lot of people don't. How has this whole situation affected you so far, and what are you doing to kind of adapt?
Like everyone, I believe, we didn't see this coming, right?
Right.
And so as a business owner, a small business owner, and I felt like I was a startup. I was in my second year. Right. For this pandemic to halt literally my business overnight, it took a second, but not long, because I didn't have the opportunity to kind of just be sad or confused or down on myself. I'm a floral designer. I do lots of events, and every single event canceled. So I had weddings in April. I literally went to the flower mart, and I'll never forget, I was buying flowers for a client who was doing a dinner. And the night before, I was like, I have a feeling this dinner is going to cancel. It's too much going on. I text the young lady, my client, the night before, and I said, hey, just checking in, is the event still happening? Rather than be like, are you sure you want to do this event? I just kind of tried to keep it. And she's like, yeah, it's happening. It's definitely happening. She's like, okay, great. So I go to the flower mart the next morning. She shoots me a text, and she's like, hey, all events have been canceled moving forward. Okay, it's happening. So that just kind of gut punched me. Then I have a relationship with Airbnb, so I do Airbnb experiences. So I have this calendar of Airbnb experiences that have already been booked. April's booked, and all of my experiences start canceling, and I start getting these alerts. Then I start hearing from my wedding planners. Brides are rescheduling their weddings. So these weddings that were scheduled for April and May are now canceled. So then it was when I had to take it all in. Okay, I was really not sure what was going to happen next. And that's when I started thinking about, how am I going to pivot as a floral business in this?
The buzzword of this whole pandemic for business has been pivot, the P word.
Period. And it took about a week for me to come to terms with that. Now I'm in it. Now I'm in this new space. So then it became, how can we help people feel better at this time?
Right.
And of course, by giving them their flowers.
So I saw on your Instagram that you had partnered with some of the COVID testing sites to
yes.
Bring that Oldvine experience into, you know, that horrible experience to them.
I partnered with an organization called My COVID MD. It was really a result of an event being canceled. I was working with a health and wellness company called Shared Harvest. So they're all about mental health and physical health and giving back and helping underinsured and underserved communities. And so we were putting on this huge event. And next thing you know, we get hit with this crisis. And so rather than focus on this event that they plan on putting on, they put all of their efforts towards doing pop-up COVID testing in underserved and underinsured communities. That became something that they brought me along, and it was so fulfilling. If you go on mycovidmd.org, we are listed and you can buy flowers for hospital workers and healthcare workers. And that money is donated and funneled into a fund. And so it's very fulfilling to be part of something that is bigger than myself, that is helping a need that is happening right now.
Businesses that are willing and ready to pivot and make that switch and start trying to solve the new problems that have arisen for people because of this virus are the ones that are going to succeed and outlive, you know, this whole situation. People are stuck at home, and those who do have the disposable income to do so have been doing a lot of home improvement projects and trying to improve the physical space around them. If you're that kind of mentality of, well, if you're stuck in the house all day, you may as well make it look amazing and feel amazing and smell amazing. Have you noticed an increase in sort of the home delivery just because kind of client?
Absolutely. I actually did a delivery today to a client who wanted to make her space more warm and nurturing, and we delivered a 6-foot plant, a 6-foot banana palm, a money tree.
We all need one of those right now.
Yes. And a tableside arrangement. I am helping those that have to stay indoors build, you know, beautiful spaces and get the air purifying going.
Prior to this this entrepreneurial journey and starting Oldvine, you had probably the world's most coveted job. Or boss, I should say. That was Oprah.
I did.
So can you tell us a little bit about how that came about and just some of your takeaways from the years you spent working with her?
I literally called, like, this is before email, this is before Indeed, Monster.com, like none of that.
Right.
I literally called the Oprah show and I told them that I wanted to apply for an internship. And they sent me in the mail a packet and I filled it out and then I mailed it back. And then I called and called until they told me they got it. Literally got a call. I went in, I interviewed, and when I got home, because I didn't have a cell phone, I had a voicemail from the Oprah show saying I was hired as an intern, as an unpaid intern. And I was like, oh,
the best news ever.
It was so awesome. I was like, oh my God. And I think that's kind of how life works sometimes, like things that seem unattainable or like so far out of your reach, in an instant, it's like, it's right here. It's like in your hands and you're like, how? Like that internship led to a full-time position. And I was there until the show ended in 2012. I love to tell this story. I have a very dear friend. I was having like boy problems, right? And I was not handling them very well. And she was like, you work for Oprah. All you do is talk about like bigging yourself up and being the best version of yourself. Did you not apply any of that to your life? And I was like, what? Like, it was like a moment. You're right. And what I realized was, while it was happening, I don't think I was as aware, but I was literally just being fed. Like Eckhart Tolle came to the show all the time. Barack Obama came, Michelle Obama. I'm like Jada and Will, Beyonce, like all of these
constant inspiration coming.
Yes, Dr. Phil, Dr. Oz, like all of these people, Ayanna Vasan. Like I want to say that, like, how can you go all those years having all of these people, just listening to them, having their energy in the same building, being in the same building as Oprah, obviously. I can't not gain immensely. And I also worked with very intelligent, very capable women. And that really was good for me. Just to be honest, as a woman, I realized my confidence when I worked with men was tricky. And I didn't realize what was going on until I read the book Lean In. Sheryl Sandberg, for the first time, I recognized myself in her experiences. And I never knew that I was showing up in a certain way because I was a woman working amongst men. For those years that I worked at the Oprah show, I'm so grateful that I worked with so many incredible women and that we were the vast majority. I'm grateful for that.
Did you ever send Oprah flowers?
I did. It's so funny. Oprah, are you listening? Did you get my flowers, girl?
Oprah, are you live?
I have sent her flowers a few times. Now, I have to be honest, she has not sent me a thank you, but that is okay, because I am indebted to her. People are separated right now in a way that none of us have ever experienced in our lifetime. So if you want to send something to mom, dad, someone that you're just thinking of, we do subscriptions. A lot of people don't know that. We do have subscription memberships where we do weekly deliveries. So my hope is that you utilize me. We do everything from succulents to bamboos to money trees to large arrangements. And I'm here, and I want people to know that I'm here, and I'm happy to do no contact delivery. Obviously, we wear masks, we wear gloves. And trust me, when they get them, they are so happy.
Well, thank you so much for joining me for Girl Talk.
Thank you. And thank you, Alex, for the opportunity. You have always been such a girl's girl. Your spirit is just, I can feel it through the camera, through the phone. Thank you.
Likewise.
Thank you.
Thank you, babe.
All right.
Appreciate you. Love you. And I'll talk to you soon.
Cheers.
Cheers.